Yes. So, Donald, so this is so currently I'm just showing you the test system, not the production system, which actually is being used by some clubs. I'm showing you the test system because it has more number of things, and very soon all these things will be available on the production system as well. Most of it is already available on production system, but it is just easier to show on test system because we can play around with the data as we want. So once we provide you a login, once your club or once your academy becomes our member, we provide you a club administrator's login, and that login you can use to see all this functionality. Good. So this is a dummy sports club. This is not a real sports club, but a real sports club administrator will see all these same options, what I'm showing here, and all the functionality will be same for the real sports club also. Okay. So once you log in, you will come to this entire screen, and these are variety of options we have. So I'll first explain the basic part. So when a club is created in the system for the first time, there are two things that every club has to do. First thing is you have to define your fees structure. Okay, this is the place where you define fees structure. So you can define a specific late fees. So whoever pays you late, if you want to define a late fees, it's so everything in our system is optional. Most of the things are not mandatory for you. You just have to uh, define it if you want it. You don't need to define it if you don't want it. Okay, so if you don't want to define anything, you can just leave zero here. Okay, so but if you define this, then automatically whenever anybody is making a late payment in the bill or invoice that gets generated in the system, these 100 rupees will get added to uh, the bill. Again, even at the time of generating the bill or generating the invoice, you have an option to really add these fees or avoid adding these fees. Okay, but it will be an option available to you. So first thing is defining. So you have to make sure what all sports you have. Depending on that, we will give you those sports as options. So if you have hockey, if you have tennis, etc., then we can add those sports to your club, and you can see all those sports. And for each sport, you will have to define these kind of categories, right? So when a club has players, then they can be of various categories such as a beginner, intermediate, advanced, and there could be some people who might be taking some sort of special coaching. Okay, so this is again flexible. You can change. Yes. So here you can have any number of, yeah, you can have any number of sports. You can create any number of categories, and you can define monthly, quarterly, half yearly, and yearly fees for them. Okay. So this is all changeable. You can change all of this. Okay. So any category can be added, removed, and so on. Okay. Then so once you have the fees, yeah, once you have fee structure defined, then second thing is to add users to your club. Okay. So this is the users menu. You can see, and here is the plus button. If I say add, here it will give you a chance to add the user. So you have to select some role. So now if it is a player, then we have to select role as a member. If it's just a club administrator kind of a staff person, then you have to select as admin, because then that person will have all the access to do all the activity that I am showing you. Whereas member does not have all the access. Member has limited access. Coach or trainer also has limited access. Okay, so admin has full access. All others have limited access. Okay. Uh, Second thing is, so for all players it will be member. So I will just show you example of member, and you can choose whichever sports are present in your club. let's say for example in your case it's hockey, so this particular academy I have given all the sports to them. So and we can define, so it is whatever is the list appearing here, that is not the final list. We can change that list. If you want to add ice hockey, then I can add ice hockey also. Okay, it's no big deal. But let's say we add hockey here, and let's say we want to add some first name. Okay, so let me say Donald. For the time being, I'm just adding some dummy. Okay, and let's say we add some mobile number, or let's say leave mobile number. Let's keep only email, and I'll say submit. So now this player got added. Now, once this player became a member of our system, now there are more number of things to do. So if this player is playing only one sport, then that is fine. Otherwise, we can choose. If sometimes it happens that one moment. So sometimes it is possible that you have more number of sports for a person. So we can add additional. Let's say one player is playing also football and hockey both in one club. Then we can do that. Okay, it's very rare case, but there are some players like that. Okay, and also if this person has taken a personal coaching, or if this person is that this person is under a particular coach, then you can select here. Yeah, we have not added any coach, so it is not showing anything, but you can assign a specific coach to that person. Okay, if you need ID proof, emergency details, blood group, date of birth, all these are optional things that you can add to this player. Okay, important thing, membership plan. Now this is the crucial thing which every club uses, and you will also use. So here now you can see. So for hockey we have not decided fee structure. Okay, if I go to fee structure, let me go and show you how it works. Okay, let me go to fee structure. Let me search for hockey. So right now these numbers will appear in Indian rupees, but we can make that change. Okay, to make sure that it appears in your choice of currency. Okay, as of now the example is for Indian. So let's say 1,000 rupees a month, and let's say for quarterly you are giving some discount, so it is 2,500 for a quarter, and let's say it is 4,800 for a half year, and it is 9,200 for whole year, and we are keeping only one category, and then we will say submit. So this category, what is this? Let me remove this one. Let me submit this one. Okay, so now hockey has a category. Now we will go back to the users. I'll just click here, and this will bring me to all these details which I had shown you earlier. And now we come to the membership plan. Now you see this available here, so you choose, like, this person, it's only standard. So whether this person pays monthly, quarterly, or half yearly, let's say he pays half yearly, and we submit. So now this membership plan for this person got updated successfully. Okay, so this way you can associate users with their respective membership plans and do the tracking. And then whenever people are making payments to you, whenever people are making payments to you, you can do that management in this payment section. So I'm not going to show all the details as of now, because it will take too much time, but I'm just showing you that we have the functionality to handle this. Okay, let's talk about expenses section. So expenses section is again very simple thing. We allow you to define your own expense category. So you add your expense category. So at any given club, you might have all sorts of expenses, whether it is for the purpose of maintaining the astroturf, uh, providing water and other beverages to the students, providing food, uh, providing boots, providing any kind of hockey equipment. If you are doing all those kinds of, or hockey balls at least if you are giving them, then those expense, you can create these categories, and whenever you spend on that category you will have to manually add it here, because that's how this is going to work. But I think it's not a very comprehensive system, but good enough for a small club. Okay, not for a very huge corporate kind of thing who having 100 branches in 25 countries. Okay, but good enough for a club which is having presence in one city, or maybe one or two cities. Yeah, and having multiple sports, it's good enough for that. Similarly, you have something called as inquiries. Again, this is something which our customers are finding very useful. You can define the inquiry source. For example, people are searching you on the Google, so Google search will be one of the source from which people will find you. If Facebook, just like you found us through Facebook, so Facebook is one more source, Twitter is one more source, Instagram is one more source, and so on. Similarly, referrals from friends, or referrals from institutions, that can be your inquiry source. That's how people will find your club. Let's say you have your local search engines. For example, in India, you have something called as Just Dial. You will definitely have something like that in Kenya also, I'm very sure. So in Just Dial, if I search, let's say sports club in Mumbai, so I can find all the sports clubs in Mumbai along with their contacts, some Pro World Talent Cricket Academy, etc., and their phone numbers, etc. So similarly, these kind of business yellow pages or channels you can mention those as the source. So what will happen is, over a period of time, you can create reports out of this by exporting this data. You can create a report out of this and decide which channel is giving you more inquiries, and then focus your spending only on those channels. Okay. So I showed you expenses, inquiries, I showed you fee structure, I showed you payment, I showed you how to add users. I'll show you one very important uh, attendance. Yeah, attendance is also something. So let's say if we want to record the attendance for this person, you can do that from the system here. And we also provide an Android mobile app for this purpose. Okay, uh, Android app will have similar functionality that you see here, and any club can use the same app. Okay, any club can use the same app, and in that app you have functionality to scan the QR code. So you can create QR codes for each of your member. So each member will have a unique QR code, and then that unique QR code can be scanned using the app with by any person in your staff or yourself. Scanning QR code, that is straightforward, and it will automatically mark attendance of that person for that day. Okay, so that is also, yeah, that is also there. And you can also do it on computer. I mean, you can do using scanning with mobile phone. You can also do it on computer, where manually you can say, uh, yeah, add attendance for this person. Actually, there is a little bit of problem. It should 4th of July should change the color, but it is not showing that. But yeah, that's fine. I mean, we'll fix that. Yeah, it should show different color here on this day. Once your attendance is marked, this color should change. Right now, there is something wrong here, so it is not showing that way, but it will show. Okay, so yeah, but it is there. But the functionality exists. Now I'll show you one of the most important things that we have. Okay, and this is being appreciated by every coach or every player who really understands the depth of any sport. Okay, that is called as performance management. So in performance management, what we can do is, uh, let's say we select a sport. Let's say we select hockey. Okay, so right now I have not added any activities for hockey, but now I will add activity. Okay, so select sport, I'll select hockey. and I'll add activity name. So let us say, see, any sports person, okay, whether it is a hockey person, cricket person, football person, it doesn't matter. Every person will do warm up, right? Every person will always do warm up, correct? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, let me say basic warm up common for all players. Okay, so this I am defining this activity as basic warm up common for all players. Okay, and this is the name of the activity is warm up. Okay, this I have defined for the sport of hockey. Okay, now this activity got added successfully. Now if I go to hockey, yeah, you start seeing this activity now in hockey. You can see. Okay, you can see the. Okay, okay, good, thank you. Now, so warm up, when you say warm up is not an activity by itself. Warm up will involve multiple things. It will involve, let's say, doing sit-ups, doing push-ups, doing, running around the ground for 4 laps or something like that, n number of things. So you will have to define all those things which you want players to do as part of their warm up inside this warm up activity. Okay, so you will add a sub activity. Let's say I define sub activity as running. Okay, so I'll say slow, medium speed running for warm up. Okay, so I'll show you target. So target for any activity can be of two types. Okay, it can be repetitions. Let's say if you are doing sit-ups kind of thing, then you need number of repetitions, right? Do 20 sit-ups, do 50 sit-ups, and so on. Or you can say uh, do running for 15 minutes. Okay, so you will have repetitions or minutes. So I am giving here minutes, and I am giving you some standard target, like every person has to run minimum for 10 minutes, let's say. Okay. Okay, yeah. That should actually, I mean, it should show that, the cursor has to change actually. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, but after you click on warm up, if you have defined multiple activities under warm up, they will start showing here. Okay. So these are the things that you will define in your system, and then depending on who is a particular player, you will assign this activity. Okay. So you will assign player wise. Okay. So let's say we assign it to the hockey player. Yeah. So in hockey, I have only this player, and I'll say assign activities. Yeah. So when you assign activities to a player, you always have some, weekly or monthly kind of target. So we are giving you weekly kind of definition. Okay. So I am assigning this under warm up. I am assigning this running, and the category is time. So it is 10 minutes. So that person has to run for 10 minutes every day. Okay, that is the activity. So if I submit this, then this person called Donald got this activity and this sub activity assigned to him for these many days. And then, because dynamically, because these things will change dynamically after certain period of time, you may increase the intensity, decrease the intensity, or you may remove certain activity and add a new activity. Okay, but you can do this. Okay. Yeah. And now there is, so this is all about activity and sub activity. So we'll once you start using it, we will show you more details. And if you face any difficulty in using this, or if you feel that something is not working correctly, at that time, we will collaborate with you and we will fix those issues. Okay. Of course, one thing you need to keep in mind is that we will be, and we are already providing this kind of software to multiple clubs. So, we do not make too many changes to the software only for one club, because it's a product. Just like, if you, let's say you buy a Honda car, so Honda will not ask every Honda buyer that what you want in the car. They will give you two, three versions and ask you to choose from it. So it is somewhat like that. But of course, we being software company, not a manufacturing company, we have more flexibility. So periodically, whenever you give us some suggestions that this is not working right, you need to change this. So we get more suggestions from multiple people like that, and whichever are the most frequent or most common, we make those changes first. Okay, but we will take your suggestions, and we will definitely try to incorporate them, because if one hockey club needs something, then chances are that more number of hockey clubs are going to need the same thing. Okay, so we will work on it. Okay, so one more aspect is facility management. So this is something, um this is upcoming. This is still not in production. So whatever I showed you till now, it is all production functionality. This facility management is not in production. This is only in testing right now. So I'll show you. Yes, yeah, we are still testing it, so we are not put on production. But what we can do is, we can add some facility to hockey, let's say. So hockey facilities. So we can say add facility. So we'll have to mention what facility is that. Okay. Hey, by the way, Sunil, there is a defect here. If since we have chosen hockey, right? So it should not ask us to select the sport again. It is hockey, right? We are adding for hockey. So let me. Yeah. So again, event section. So event section has two parts. So I can show you an example of table tennis, because for that we have a fully developed functionality. But I'll show you anyway. So this is the first part of event where you give a name to that event. Okay. You have a status called published, because this event gets published on the website, so that people who are not member of a club also can see the event if the event type is mentioned as external. So at any given academy or club, there can be two types of events. Okay, internal and external. Internal means only people of your academy are playing in that event. Let's say you are coaching 100 hockey players. Okay, and you then one fine day you decide that coming Sunday, I will make a team of 10 players each. So there will be 10 teams, and those 10 teams will play matches against each other on Sunday. So this is your internal event where no people from other academy are participating, right? So that is your internal event. That is your internal event. And when you have external event, where you publish that event to many people, and other clubs or other teams from your city, from other cities, will also come and participate in your event. So that is the external event. Okay, and in event you can add event category. For example, here you see example of men's open tournament, under 40 and over 40, etc. So there is no fixed limit that what you can define here. You can define anything. Okay, you can define anything here, whatever you want, and whatever is the price, you can define that. And you can mention event details, you can mention rules and regulations. So different sections have been provided in our application for such kind of event creation. Okay, I'll show you how it looks on the website also. 1 minute, let me log out. So now I have logged out. So if you look at events, so for example, you can see one event here. I think the other event has vanished from here, because the dates of that event are over. Okay, so that vanished from here. But this event is available here, because this event dates have not vanished. So this is valid till 4th of July. The other event was probably valid for less number of days, so it has vanished from there. Okay, but if your event is in the valid dates, then it will be appearing on the website. One moment. Yes, so if I show you events, let's say I create a new event. Okay, so if I say here test hockey event, okay, payment mode offline, because so far we have not done the payment gateway integration, because most of the, so in India the situation is that most of the clubs do not want to do online transactions. They want to do offline transactions, because online transactions, government comes behind you for taxes. Okay, so I suppose you might have similar problems. So here I select hockey, and then I can define registration date. So when you want to register, let's say I define 4th of July to, let's say, 10th of July is the time for registration, and the event happens from 11th of July to, let's say, 18th of July, when the event actually happens. And then you can mention details like, okay, Mombasa Hockey League. Okay, and then you can write blah blah blah, whatever you want to write here. And the rules and regulation, that you are allowed to do this, allowed not allowed to do this, this is how it matches will happen, whose referee's decision will be final, this, that, whatever you want to mention, you can mention here. Okay, here you can mention the venue details, like Mombasa Mombasa something here, some address line. Right now we don't know, so I'll just write something. State, I don't know the state name. Mombasa comes in which state or province? Hello, this comes in which province? Coast. Okay, and some pin code or zip code you will have. Let's say that's okay. 1 2 3 4 5. So that's fine. Okay, country Kenya. Okay. So we submit. So this event got created, test hockey event. You can add event categories in this. Okay. So this is event category. So let's say boys, junior boys, for example. Okay. And so this is defined as under. So juniors are under 16, let's say. And price, so whatever is your local currency price, let's say the participation fees is 500, that currency, you just submit this. So then this got created. Okay, now you can add participants to this. So let's say you got some team who wants to play in this tournament, they contacted you and said that, sir, we want to play in this event, right? So you can add the participant here. Okay, let's say first name something, yeah, A B C D E F G H I J K, mobile number something. Temporarily I'll just give some number. Okay, I'm just saying here that paid equal to yes, date of birth, because it is under 16, so they should probably mention date of birth. Let's make it 2004 or something. Let's make it 0101 2004. No, 0108 2004. Okay, now that is under 16, representing some club. Okay, Mombasa club. Submit. So this player got added to this event. Okay, so what we can do is, in case of team sport, so for a team sport we can just add name of the captain or name of the coach here to represent that entire team, and the entire payment for that team should be settled by this person to you. Okay, that is how you can use this system. Instead of adding, if there are 10 hockey teams, then adding 110 players for 10 hockey teams is of no use. So you can only make one person responsible, and that person can settle the payments with you. Captain or coach of that team should settle it with you. Okay, that is how you can use it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So now I have logged out, and if we go to events, hey, why that event is not there? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Yes, yes, yes. You are right. You are right. Let me. Yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah, so when you create an event, you have to get it approved from us. Okay, क्या है इसका? You do it. Okay. You do it. I think I forgot the credentials of this one also. Once you have approved, let me know. Yes. Yes, please. Yes, go ahead. Yeah. Yes. Um, See, currently we need approval from our side for this purpose. Uh, but we can possibly make a change to that. Okay, because see, the reason is, what happens is, if we allow club to add event whatever they want, it is possible that some people might not have correct intention, and they might create an event which has all sorts of illegal things in it, or all sorts of bad or abusive content in it, and therefore we have kept that approval step. But we will have to really think about whether we need to keep approval for all of this. So yeah, okay. So currently we have kept this approval. um, so you will have to inform few days in advance. Like, it's not like today your event is there and you start creating this today, but if you plan it sufficiently, then there should not be a problem. But we can think about it. Okay, we will think about whether we can provide an approval process within the club instead of coming to the sports deal organization. Okay, we'll think about it and let you know. Okay. Yeah, what? So Sunil. Yeah, yeah, but Sunil, what we can do? Yeah, Sunil, what we can do is, possibly we can allow them to publish events by themselves. But if we check and find abusive content or something, we can take it down. Something like that may be the change we require. We'll think about it. Okay, we will think about it. See, if this proves, if this kind of. Yes, yes, yes. Agree with you. Agree with you. What we will do is, let us work with the available system. If we feel that the available system is causing delay or causing trouble for you, we will definitely work on changing that. Okay. But see, this you can see here. This you can see here, and people can register here also. Okay, so this information people can input and submit, then they can. So this is self registration. Okay, so for registering through this kind of event. Hello, sorry. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, the registering. No, so for registration, if it is an external event, if it is an external event, then to register you don't need to be member of this system. Okay, because you are because such a person who is registering or a team that is registering for an external event is simply a participant, is not a member, and that is fine. Okay. Um it's very much possible, no problem, because you are going to play an event which is arranged by the club, and that club is our member. Okay. Yeah. So the people. Yes, so the people who created this. Yeah. Yeah. So for example, if this register now, so whoever is doing this registration, I am not logged into the website, I am not having any membership here, but I can still register. Okay. So that's no problem. Yeah. Yeah, that's no problem. So with this we are pretty much done.